Okay, in today's lesson, we look into a very fascinating topic, which is evolution. Have you ever wondered before, or looked into the mirror yourself, and actually wondered, where do I come from? In today's lesson, we tackle on those things. Okay, let's start. By the end of this lesson, we'll be able to classify the place of humans in the animal kingdom, differentiate between hominid and hominid, explain similarities between African apes and humans, differences of African apes and humans as well as the similarities, state the advantages of upward culture, bipedalism as well as its advantages, and fossil evidence of how we came into a conclusion of evolution. So, Calvinus, he came with an organization which is a hierarchy of all animals being organized in a system where animals are in the animal kingdom, in the phylum of Chordata, in the class of Mammalia, and the order of primates, the family of Hominidae, the genus of Homo, and our species, of course, Homo sapiens. As I said, modern human beings are given a scientific name of being Homo sapiens, where Homo means man and sapiens means wise. So we are wise men. Let's take a look at the difference between hominid and hominid. The hominids, the biological family that includes all group apes and humans. Whereas the hominids are a subgroup of hominids that includes modern humans and our direct ancestors after the split of chimpanzees. The members of hominids include humans, chimpanzees, gorillas, and orangutans, and their extinct relatives. Then hominids include humans and extinct species like Australopithecus, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, etc. This is a depiction, example of hominids and hominin in the phylogenetic tree or a family tree. You can see the bonobos, humans, gorillas, chimpanzees, and the others. The similarities between African apes and humans, which they lead us to a conclusion of making them into becoming hominids. They have large brains, which related to their body size, and hominids have larger brains than any other species in the animal kingdom, which allows them to process and store information than any other species. They have two eyes. They have two eyes in front of their head, which provides them a good binocular vision, and both eyes work together. The eyes have cones for color vision that gives them a greater clarity. They have free rotating arms that can be lifted above their head to swing from branch to branch or pick up food in the ground. They have long upper arms or front limbs, which apes are normally quadrupedal, and humans are bipedal, which is going to be covered later in this topic. They have rotation around elbow joints around here, which allows them to extend or flex or grab objects. They have bare fingertips. They have claws, not nails, unlike human beings. They have opposable thumbs, which allows them to grab objects. They have an upright position. The back limbs of hominids are generally stronger than their front limbs, which allows them to stand upright or firm. They have sexual dimorphism, which refers to the difference between males and female genitals of the same species. And also it's for the similarities of humans and apes. Now we'll uncover the difference of African apes and humans.
The differences between the African apes and humans makes us unique. We'll explore why standing on 2 feet was such a game changer for human evolution. Comparing the African apes and humans, let's start by looking on the physical differences which are clear clues on how we live and move. Firstly, let's talk about the cranium. That's the part of the skull that holds the brain. Look at the image on the screen. Humans have the larger cranium and a flat face. This is because our brain is much bigger in proportion to our bodies, which suggests the greater intelligence in humans. African apes, on the other hand, have a smaller cranium and a sloping face. They also have more protruding brow ridges and jaws. Next, let's look at the rest of the skeleton. The differences here are all about how we move. The foramen magnum, it is the hole in the base of the skull where the spinal cord connects. In humans, it is positioned more forward to allow the spinal cord to enter vertically, which is perfect forward for the upright posture. In African apes, it is positioned more backward, which works for working on 4s or quadrupedal. The spine is another key difference in human evolution. Humans have more shaped spine, which is S-shaped, and then this acts as a spring, helping to absorb shock and support our body weight as we walk upright. African apes have a less shaped S-shaped, C-shaped spine. Finally, let's look at the pelvis. Our pelvis is short and wide, creating a strong stable to support our upright weight when we stand. Apes have a long, narrow pelvis, which is better suited for quadrupedalism posture. Now we are going to look at advantages of the upright posture, which we have the free rotating hand, the better view, and the reduced heat exposure. When we are talking about the free rotating hand, we are talking about the hand that is able to carry food, to use tools, and carry babies. When we are talking about the better view, it is whereby we are standing upright, allowing animals to see what the grass and to see the predators and prey. When we are talking about the reduced heat exposure, by standing upright, less of the body surface area was exposed directly to the sun, helping them to cool down on the hot temperatures. I have the evidence of evolution, which is the fossil evidence. One of the most famous examples is Lucy, which belonged to Australopithecus afarensis fossil, which is discovered in 1974. She lived 3.2 million years ago, and her skeleton shows a clear evidence of bipedalism. The second fossil is Homo habilis, which shows that they were using tools around 2.5 million years ago. Another fossil is Homo erectus, providing evidence of controlled fire and migration, which is part of the out of African hypothesis that shows that all fossils belong or all apes belong in Africa and migrated to all other parts of the continent. Lastly, we have the modern humans, which belongs to the family of Homo sapiens and appeared 300 million years ago. The journey from the African apes and humans is a story of physical changes that led to a new way of living. From our largest brain and unique skeleton, every feature plays a role in our evolution. Now I'll have a class activity. Our class activity, I'll ask a few questions. What is the family of which all humans belong? Yes?
Hominidae.
He is saying that all humans belong in the hominidae family, of which is true. Question number 2. The taxonomy, which classifies humans into primates. At the back.
The taxonomy is referring to is colonies.
Okay. Question number 3. What is meant by opposable thumb?
An opposable thumb means that the thumb faces the opposite direction with the fingers, which allows the animal to grasp things easily.
Advantages of the upright posture.
Better view of the surroundings.
Yes, meaning that when you are standing on 2 legs, you have the better view